Hello, good evening to RTD's English News. It's Hidayah Mohammed and Mohammed Aden.
The head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, has received within the presidential palace the Chinese delegation, which is on a working visit of 48 hours since Thursday evening in Djibouti. This delegation is led by the Army General Fang Fenghui, Chief of General Staff of the Army and People's Liberation of China, and members of the Central Military Commissions of the Chinese Communist Party. The General Fang Fenghui came along with a large delegation, including the General of Army Corps, Zhang Xiaoping, second in command of the Chinese Air Army, the Vice Admiral Qi Jinping, Chief of Staff of Chinese Navy, as well as other generals as the Director Generals of the Information, the Head of the Infrastructure Division, the Head of Foreign Affairs Office, the Ministry of Defense, and many others. Senior grades, including the Chinese ambassador, were also present. As for the Djiboutian side, the Chief of Staff and the General of the Division, Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, the Brigadier General Osman Noor Subagli, General Tahir Mohammed Ali, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, have taken part in this meeting. The goal was to strengthen the cooperation between the two countries and consolidate our relations.
This morning at the Palace of the People, a high-level working meeting has been held between the Djiboutian High Command military and that of China. The General Division Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim, Chief of Staff of Djiboutian Army, as well as the senior ranks of the defense and security forces were present in this meeting. The meeting was focused on the bilateral military cooperation of the two countries. Let's not forget that this first visit of General Fang in Djibouti. The general came to Djibouti at the head of a strong delegation composed of generals second in command and other officials. Upon his arrival at the People's Palace, he was greeted by his Djiboutian counterpart, where later on the two generals had listened to the national anthem played by the band of the Djiboutian army. Thereafter, they have reviewed the troops of honor at the scene. After the working meeting, which was held in friendly atmosphere, the Major General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim and General Fang have signed a memorandum on the military cooperation. At the end of the meeting, the Major General Zakaria Sheikh Ibrahim has decorated General Fang with the rank of Commander of the National Order of Djibouti's Great Star. The two generals exchanged kisses, and finally the traditional family photo has been taken to memorize the day.
The civil society of the Ali Sabah region and other parts of the population have held a march to urge President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, to represent himself during the next election in 2016. It's very early in the morning that people from each corners of the region, whether they were young men and women or elders as well as community leaders, have stormed to the streets demanding and asking the head of state for a new mandate. They are all supporting President Guelleh for the major project he has initiated for the benefit of the Djiboutian. Is more than 1,000 people who have their entire confidence to reaffirm in action the head of state Ismail Omar Guelleh.
halkan waxaan u soo baxnay madaxweynaha iyaga shucuurtiisa iyo wanaagiisa aan u soo baxnay kalgacayl u haynaan u soo baxnay waxaan nahay reer kaarte cali waxaan leenahay aabba annagu maanta u baaban ay noo bilaabantay maadaama 7 shay oo la taaban kara aad noo samaysay iminkana aad noo soo wado biyaha Itoobiya ka imanaya waxaan taaganahay haddaad naga tagtid inaan annaguna qaxaynaba waaba iska qaxaynaaba maama ka baxaynaba wadanka ma karayno ma yeelayno annagu waxaan nahay dad waxay hayda dicifina oo taal xun inaadna koriso oodna kaalin galisaan doonaynaa nagama soconay sidaa baan ka dalbanay dadka iyaga duuyadeeda waalidiinta walaalaha iyo awlaadda sidaa baan aabba ka doonaynaa
على عدن كسعدا إن شاء الله هل كان وحنون من المانتا ينس أنا قال أبو كامل درجينو كل كورير كل دسيو سرع الله ساق هذا كل كسرع الله ساق هذا قبله وحي قرسيان بدي لبضة كرامات رجعنا نحذو كهذا وجرده بحيا إسماعيل وحو كساق هذا لبضة كرامات وحو كان يهلك لبضة قرب جرده وبحيان دلين هاي أبو جرده وبحيان لين هاي هننا نجتكين من داق أفرادنا وانكجعلها لين هاي إنك جرده كل كورير كوبحيو إلى هاي كوكو قرب جلس سنا أود بانكلنا أبو
أنا أقول يا ماجي حدثك أنديكاب كابريزون يجي ويبقى مع السويان وحنا حقنا فرحت وين مانتا الله بنبحيو إن المدحين أن تغيرنا هدان خاصنا هيدك باهي دقار كله قبلك على سيح كنول waxaan leenahay Ismaaciil noo joog wuxuu u qabtay dadka baahida gaar kale waa la garanayaa iyo sidoo hore uu yahay marka uu gaarsiiyay dadka shaqada uu siiyay dadka bulshada ku daray waa la garanayaa marka waxaan leenahay dadka gobolka cali sibixnaay annaguna kuma iloobi waan leenahay waan ku garab taaganahay ilaa iyo dhamaadka waan kula joogaynaa noolo baan ku leenahay adiga xukuumaddaadaba mar afraad mar shanaad mar lixaad waan ku garab taaganahay ku leenahay merci beaucoup dadweyno يدعي
تدموان مجسو وحاد وعقبو كنيري قدرك ديارة دايو دركنا مسوي كيسا قدرك ديارة دايو دركنا مسوي كيسا قادر يودي سيسو واندينو
متى تغيسي
واندينو
متى تغيسي
واندينو
متى تغيسي
واندينو متى تغيسي تدوان مجسو وحاد وعقبو كنيري قدرك ديارة دايو دركنا مسوي كيسا قدرك ديارة دايو دركنا مسوي كيسا قادر يودي سيسو واندينو
متى تغيسي
واندينو
متى تغيسي
واندينو
متى تغيسي
واندينو متى تغيسي
طريقة هرومركان dadkayga u jeexayo midnimadu uga biniyo dimuqraasiga runta dadkii nabadan xidhe hidaayo ii duceeya طريقة هرومركان dadkayga u jeexayo midnimadu uga biniyo dimuqraasiga runta dadkii nabadan xidhe hidaayo ii duceeya
dino madadegaysi shidalka dalkeena buuxa caski oo muuqata dimaya umigadana lag casaa daboolka adoo ka qaadin dadaalkaagii dhammaysan waan dino
madadegaysi
waan dino
madadegaysi
waan dino
madadegaysi
waan dino madadegaysi
shirkadaha dunida oo dhan dalkan maalgelin u keenay dareenkii ugu dambeeyay
Always concerning the demonstration of the populations in the region. So far, the march of support of the head of state for a new term has seen the participation of more than 22,000 people, according to the organizers. This march has been organized by the civil society. It took place in Great Artery in the region of Tajora, with the participation of people from the region as well as from all the localities such as Kalab, Segalu, Wega, Garanle, Idaita, Dai, Randa, Adailu, Asegela, Dora, Balao, and all the localities of the region of Mabla. The atmosphere has been very powerful, with traditional music and dances, as well as slogans saying President Gele must seek re-election in 2016. They are asking indeed the head of state for his tireless efforts, including the great infrastructure projects in progress and in course of being finalized. He has initiated, just like the port of Tajora in Gubet and the highway of Tajora-Balao. These projects will instill a dynamic development in Tajora region, who will benefit of transit corridor with Ethiopia, with also the realization of a railway between the two countries. The participants has announced loud and clear that the results of the president are very positive and mainly at the national level, in particular in Tajora region.
لها أنوب الشركي نمكتنا كنيو أنا رحمي إسماعيل فرمو وفرح إسماعيل هو ننوك كنما.
Yesterday, Friday, October 6, 2015, the civil society of the Dakar region in the south of the country has organized a march for support in order to request the President Ismail Omar Guelleh to see re-election at the next election in 2016. A huge crowd of young people, women and men, community and association leaders was on the main road to start the work for support. After a long walk, they have ended this march on the Independence Square located in the downtown of Dakar. There were more than 1,000 people were to the sound of traditional dance and modern music. They have strongly reaffirmed their entire confidence in the action of the head of state, Ismail Omar Guelleh. The interventions of the elders and the representatives of the civil society have unanimously praised the action of the president in favor of the socio-economic development of our country. Thus, in respect of major projects initiated by the President of the Republic, the inhabitant asks solemnly the head of state to run for a new mandate in 2016.
dabkeena horumarkiisa imada baanu soo dadaalo dadkayga uu soo shaqeeyey dadkayna ku hawlanaayay inaan nastaan doonayaaye dadweynow ii duceeya dadweynow ii duceeya
anigoo cali maxamed geelle oo sooteega midnimo inkiitoonaya magaalada dakhil ka socda baabuurada uu nasiiyo baresidaanku ka socda waxaan u nimidnay halkan inaan baresidaankayga mar shanaad iyo mar afaraadba inuu ku soo noqdo uu noogu soo noqdo uu dhammaystiro wixii u hadhay iyaan halkan u nimidnay annakoo weliba mahadnaq u celinaynaa baabuuradii uu nasiiyey intii kalena ka sugayna sida laajligeed baa halkan maantana keentay iyaan ugu nimidnay wasalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatu.
We have a news release to inform you. A second cyclone called Meg, which comes after the Shabala cyclone, risks to go through Djibouti. At least this is what we have learned from the National Agency of Meteorology. However, the National Weather Agency announced that the effects of the storm will appear from November 9. It will generate for the Republic of Djibouti many clouds and rains on November 11 to 12, and in the afternoon of the same day, isolated thunderstorms will appear, but also in the evenings and at night, mostly in coastal and neighboring regions, along with the showers and sometimes strong moderated winds. The weather agency communicates that the winds in the northern sector will be moderated and get stronger on the sea, which can cause large waves. Let's not forget that this cyclone called Meg occurs after the cyclone Shabala, and according to the Center Monitoring of Cyclones in the northern region of the Indian Ocean, Meg is located in the Sea of Aden and moves in west-south direction towards the Gulf of Aden, which might hit the Horn of Africa from November 8 to 9. The National Weather Agency is asking all institutions of the country to observe and take all the prevention measures required for the safety of the population. The agency finally promises to publish all the 24 hours news related on this matter.
The Ministry of Health has launched a national campaign of vaccination against poliomyelitis in the Dakhil region, with the chief of the doctors, Dr. Mustafa, and the prefect of the region, Mr. Mohammed Sheikho, as well as the president of the regional council and many members of the regions and representative of the UNFT. The poliomyelitis immunization campaign was held from November 3 to 5 in the region of Dakhil and in the whole territory. The objective of this vaccination campaign is to fight against poliomyelitis for children from 0 to 5 years old in Djibouti. Thanks to the remarkable efforts of our government in collaboration with the development partners, this campaign reinforces routine immunization activities and is being conducted in all health facilities. The intended target in this campaign was 100 of vaccinated children from 0 to 5 years against polio. Detected case of acute flash paralysis. The awareness against this disease took place from door to door. It is being conducted in the Dakhil region by the teams of vaccinators and recorders. The priority of the Ministry of Health is to improve the protection of children and prevent polio.
And now on the regional and international scene, reports credited to Vanguard Habitat Aisha Al-Dassan has been declared winner of the April 11 governorship election in Taraba State, thus making her Nigeria's first female governor. Let's watch these images.
Nigeria has got its first ever elected female governor after the Election Appeals Tribunal declared Senator Aisha Al-Hassan of the All Progressive Congress PDP as the duly elected governors of Taraba State this morning. After the April 11 elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission had declared Darius Ishaku of the People's Democratic Party as the winners of the Taraba State governorship contest. However, Senator Al-Hassan rejected the result and lodged a suit with the Election Appeals Tribunal claiming the polls were marred with irregularities. In April, Professor Yari Mohammed, INEC's returning office in Taraba State, said Mr. Ishaku scored 300,000 votes to emerge victorious. He added that Senator Al-Hassan came second with 200,000 votes, while Chief David Kent of the Social Democratic Party polled 29,000 votes to come third. Since then, the matter has been pending before the election tribunal, with Senator Alassane claiming that the results ascribing to Wukaru Donga Takum Sardona Zing Yoro Kurmi and some parts of Yusa Karim Lamido Bali Ardokalo and Lao. According to Senator Alassane, all the complaints about the irregularities and abuse of the election guidelines were promptly reported to INEC, but that no action was taken. With her victory, she will become the only female among Nigeria's influential 36 state governors. Nigeria has never had a female governor before, although several states have women as deputies, served as governor following the impeachment of Governor Peter Obi, but an appeal court nullified the impeachment, also nullified her tenure as a governor. Locals on Lesbos ensure dignified and for unlucky migrants continues their journey towards harshness for having a better future in Europe. Let's follow this report.
Having bombs, bullets, people traffickers and the open sea refugees in Greece had one more obstacle to face before moving on to elsewhere in Europe, a Greek ferry strike. A 4-day delay ended on Friday as 2 ships carrying thousands of refugees made their way to the mainland from Lesbos, where conditions for thousands of people are now squalid and in place life-threatening. But they are so lucky. So many have died on the beach. Dehydration or malnutrition once arrived. Locals have now organized their burial in a local churchyard, shocked at their plight. They were drowned just because they believed they would have a better future, and instead they have what? Just a meter of ground above them. And you see all this despair, and you can't make sense out of that. This is a place to think about what kind of world we want to have, said an activist, Lina Altinoglu. Lesbos is far from the tourist paradise at the moment, straining with the effort of looking after so many poor and desperate people. With the economic crisis and now this, some Greeks have taken advantage of the situation to make a fast buck. Fortunately for the refugees, there are Greeks like Lena too.
This is the end of the news. Thanks for your attention. Have a great evening.